Hi guys, welcome to my channel Shopping Crafty. I'm Marianne. Today I wanted to talk about what some people call blow money, some people call personal money. I call it my sanity fund. For that, here's my cat, Ron. He may or may not attack me during this. He's not supposed to be doing this on the chair, but I've sort of I don't think there's a point in trying to stop him. So anyway, hopefully he doesn't attack me too viciously. Also, if you ever notice, sometimes I have a thing hanging there, sometimes he decides to knock it down. So some videos it's up, some videos it is down. Anyway, back to the topic. What I call my sanity fund is usually about $50 to $100 of personal money that I don't let myself use until the end of the month. The end of the month, I've noticed for myself at least, is when I start having budget blues. Even though $40 per week at the beginning of the month seems like plenty of money, by the end of the month, even though technically it's the same amount of money per week, like I budgeted it properly, it just feels like, oh no, this is the only $40 I have, and I want all these things, I want groceries. So I save it for the end of the month just because of my own mental state. I feel like things are tighter at the end of the month. And basically, for a couple years now, before I started serving, I had no personal money. I mean, at most, I would occasionally go out to eat, but that was rare, like really rare. It was usually just groceries. So, as part of like a bribe to myself, when I was starting serving again, I was like, okay, now I can have some personal money if I need it. And it has come in handy because I'm working a lot, and so sometimes I'll be so drained and just need something for myself because I'm working so hard, and it feels like all the money's going to debt, all the money is going to these bills, and none of this hard work I'm doing feels like it's for me, even though I know it's all for me technically. And it's really worked out to think of it as a sanity fund and save it till the end of the month, because I know like the first month I did it was July. And in July, I was babysitting a lot, serving a lot as normal. It was my first full month as a server. And towards the end of the month, I had been working like twice a day, every day for like 2 weeks in a row. And I had an evening off, and I went out to a little dinner and movie show thing that I do with my friend, my roommate, and it was so nice. I was like, oh, I needed that night off. I got home, and there was this huge cockroach crawling across my floor, and so then the next week I was still working like crazy. I got rid of the bug. I let my landlord know. My roommate had seen a couple too. So anyway, I went back to my normal schedule, but along with that, an exterminator was coming. So we had to get everything out of the kitchen cupboards, out of my closets, and so the night before the exterminator was coming, I had to load up everything on my bed, and I was going to sleep over at my friend's house, but that fell through, and I ended up having to sleep in this chair, actually. Because I ended up being home, my roommate, who was supposed to let the person in, just left. She was like, oh, you're here, okay, bye. She didn't want to let the person in. Whatever. So I had to get up and let the exterminator in, and then I didn't realize I would have to be, he had me stay out of the apartment for 3 hours, and I had nowhere to go. Like my boyfriend sleeps in really late, so he wouldn't be awake. Like my friends have jobs. I had nowhere to go except for like to a cafe and sit around miserable and bored for 3 hours or something like that. So I ended up being like, you know what? I have a little bit of money for myself that I saved towards the end of the month, and I'm gonna go to a movie. Because it was early in the morning, but luckily one of the movie theaters was open, and I just went to go see Finding Dory, and I got myself popcorn and soda, and I haven't done that in so long. My boyfriend loves movies, so we've started going to movies more, but still no popcorn, no soda, none of that stuff. And when I was growing up, I worked at a movie theater, so I was able to go to movies for free and get popcorn and soda for free. And so, like, I really miss that, but I can't afford it unless I'm getting it for free. So just to, like, really treat myself on that day when I had not gotten much sleep and then I had nowhere to go for 3 hours, it was really nice. And so that officially, like, I was like, yes, I need a sanity fund in case anything like this happens again. And, you know, I get haggard. I get, like, so worn out with my job situation currently because I'm really pushing it, and I'm doing my YouTube channel, which I love and I'm hoping to keep going with, but, you know, it sort of is like another job that I'm doing when I don't have to work. So I'm just constantly doing something because I want to get somewhere in my career, but I need to get out of debt, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And I just sometimes go a little crazy. And now I have a fund in place for when that happens, whether it's to buy myself some chocolate, or whether it's to go to a movie, whether it ends up being like a book or something I buy myself. That's the way it is. I have that money for myself. And yeah, it's $50 to $100 depending on how my month's going. If I feel like I'm making enough money, or if I'm feeling more sane than usual, then I'll cut it down to 50. But if I need it, it's there. Yeah, and I mean, $100 seems like so much to me after having no personal money for so long. So I don't know how often I'll actually spend all of it, but it's just like a little gift to myself for really pushing it and getting this job to make more money. So yeah, that's my sanity fund. Maybe you like that idea, maybe you don't, but it definitely works for me, so maybe you guys can try it out too. Thanks so much. Bye.